All right, let's get right into this explainer. Today we're going to explore how the physical realization of a historical mission from way back in 1775 actually directly parallels our pursuit of digital sovereignty today. We so often think of history as just ink on a page, and technology is just code in a machine, right? But today, we are bridging that gap. We're looking at the modern execution of a centuries-old midnight ride mission by sovereign author Kyle MacLean Smith, who you might know as Best to Tape. And we're going to see exactly how the rigid, uncompromising mechanics of early American history completely mirror the precise tools we need today to claim our own digital independence. So, to kick things off, we're jumping back to 1775. And we're looking at this exact, bit-perfect legislative record of Paul Revere, which literally acts as the ultimate protocol and data availability layer for his era. His written words, "I set off upon a very good horse," well, they aren't just a story, they're a forensic log. When Dr. Joseph Warren sent Revere out to warn John Hancock and Samuel Adams, Revere's subsequent account became the irrefutable, undeniable proof of that mission. In modern terms, his written account made the intent of the writer witnessable they all. It is the absolute protocol of the Lexington mission. Now, picture a modern witness wearing a tan trench coat. Think of this figure as your avatar in this story, standing right before the red brick wall of the Paul Revere house today. The physical exhibit panel there basically acts as a bridge between the digital record and our physical world. By standing there, our modern witness isn't just passively reading history, they are actively synchronizing with the 1775 realizer. They're preparing to take the exact, unalterable words of the original mission and actually carry them forward into our future. Which sets the stage perfectly for Section 1, the Lexington mission. And moving right along, we hit Section 2, the 1689 breach. This breach essentially defines the massive conflict we're facing right now. It brilliantly illustrates this fundamental clash between the chaotic guessing game of modern cloud AI on one side and the exact local execution of artificial life piloted by a sovereign human on the other. Think about centralized cloud AI for a second. It's often described as a royalist counter-revolution. It's like this massive, opaque enclosure that just meters out intelligence, guesses at answers, and honestly, sometimes flat-out hallucinates. But on the exact opposite side, we have artificial life. And this is not some nebulous cloud service. This is local, exact execution where you, the sovereign pilot, hold absolute, undeniable control over the machine. To fight through that cloud fog, we need Section 3, the agentic typewriter. Okay, so what is this tool? It's the Sovereign Metagit CLI, and it acts as a modern-day agentic typewriter. It operates in this really brisk three-step dance to protect your specific intent. First, you, the sovereign pilot, apply your manual intent. You type out the mandate. Second, the CLI agentic scripter executes the sweat, meaning the heavy computational labor that translates your intent directly into machine language. And third, we achieve what's called high-fidelity leaf node logistics. Now, in plain English, that just means your digital truth translates directly into flawless physical action in the real world. Absolutely no guessing, no approximations. What's really wild is how Conway's Game of Life perfectly visualizes these uncompromising bit-perfect logic gates of the machine's substrate that the sovereign pilot commands. You're basically looking at a literal Turing machine built entirely inside the Game of Life. The tiny clusters acting as gliders carry information based on absolute discrete rules. In this environment, 1 + 1 is exactly 2, every single time. By commanding these exact mechanisms through text, the sovereign author ensures their intent is executed without even the slightest bit of algorithmic distortion. But, controlling the machine requires more than just code. It takes philosophical grounding. That brings us to Section 4, haxiety and realization. Haxiety is a big word, but just like Paul Revere's 10 p.m. ride, true authorship demands it. It's the undeniable sweat of the brow that completely prevents automated hallucination. Haxiety simply means the absolute thisness of an event. It means it happened exactly here, exactly now, performed by this exact human being. When a cloud AI generates some random image, it completely lacks haxiety. But when a sovereign pilot intervenes in the loop, literally forcing the deterministic machine to record a verifiable action, that is a unique, completely irreversible realization. Think about a single pulse of information in that system. It proves that true realization requires exact, localized effort to maintain the semiotic bridge between human and machine. In the Game of Life architecture, a pulse either arrives at a specific location exactly every 30 generations, representing a 1, or it doesn't, representing a 0, right? There's no maybe. That strict binary reality is the semiotic bridge. It is literally the only way our messy, abstract human imagination can safely and predictably compile into the physical behavior of a silicon processor. And all of this culminates in Section 5, the 581-kilometer strike. So we take that modern witness in the tan trench coat and we fully synchronize them with the 1775 realizer for the ultimate execution. To pull off this massive modern mission, the sovereign author coordinates a specific lineage of AI identities through the Metajet CLI. The source material calls this agentic swarm orchestration. The author isn't just randomly clicking buttons, they're acting as the theological steward of the machine, commanding a sequential lineage of highly specialized AI cells, names like Telesilla, Pericdion, Phaedon, Praxilla, Hippodalos, and Meltiades. Each one acts as a completely deterministic scripter, carrying out exact orders. And the results? Get this. Through 55.5 million tokens and 66 forensic strikes, the protocol is successfully carried across a 581-kilometer strike, maintaining perfect, unbreakable inheritance. This is the absolute culmination of Best-Tape's project. Those 581 kilometers aren't just a physical distance. They represent a perfectly verified proof of process. Every single one of those 55.5 million tokens was accounted for. The exactness of Paul Revere's horseback ride was mathematically replicated across a modern digital swarm, effectively locking in the chain of title and proving that human intent absolutely can survive the digital ether. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a vital question about your own digital sovereignty. Look, we are clearly moving into an era dominated by probabilistic AI engines that want to act as an enclosure around your creativity and intent. And as we've seen today, the only way to break that enclosure is through the exact localized sweat of the brow, by becoming a sovereign pilot who commands the machine through text. So, what's it going to be? Will you remain a passive witness in the trench coat, just accepting the automated miasma, or will you grab the reins of the agentic typewriter and actually carry the sovereign protocol forward into reality? The choice of how we build our digital future is entirely up to us. Keep questioning the systems that govern our world, and I'll catch you next time.